Morning. Well, whatever time it is for you. It's early morning here and I definitely did not get enough sleep. But that's neither here nor there, I don't think. I wasn't planning on making a video, but all this stuff is coming to me right now. And usually when I feel like a certain kind of urgency, I don't always go for it, because sometimes that can be my old conditioned neurotic brain that says go, go, go or something, you know. But this feels different. Look at this canyon. It's so pretty. It was like 92 degrees the other day and it was way too hot, and I came on this and I was not prepared. It's so weird. Like I felt like I was going to actually die that day. There's so many things I keep facing, a kind of death, and for me it looks like a symbol in my life. Like when I was in Patmos, we were swimming and we didn't realize till afterwards that we faced a kind of death, like real death. And so what's coming to me today, it just feels like when Obiwan says, I felt a great disturbance in the force, when Alderaan crumbled, you know, when the Death Star took out a whole planet. Like, I don't know what the shifts of power are. Like, for me, of course, we apply things personally to our own lives. So I just thought, oh, and I'm fasting from certain, you know, platforms and stuff, looking at social media. And I'm really proud of myself for doing so, because sometimes it's needed. I just didn't want to trigger myself, so I'm choosing to be kind to myself in these ways. But it's weird then. It's like, well, then why am I still feeling this huge disturbance in the force, you know? And we're all connected. So I don't know the mystery of how we're all connected, how my logical brain started going through scenarios and like, could this be happening or this be happening? And, you know, I don't know. I'm not going to go down that road. I'm just going to honor what's being shown to me is that, you know, as above, so below is what they say. And I don't know the depths of that, so I'm not in any kind of weird conspiracy knowing of that. Oh, I don't want to say that word. Anyway, who knows? So, one second. Morning.
Morning.
Maybe I'll go up this side path. Hopefully it goes back down to where we're going. Who knows where we're going? Well, I mean, I know the direction I'm going. Sometimes it's just that, you know. But no, I'm gonna just say. Okay, I'm just getting the intuition to stay on this one for whatever reason. Who knows? Okay, so what happens is as much as I can put words to what I'm feeling, because I'm just feeling this in my body, is that we all have free will, and different choice points can take you different directions, and our free will is of utmost importance in this moment. It just feels like some kind of juncture. Maybe it's not, I don't know. I'm just expressing the feeling that I'm getting. And so it was like I got this sense to just pray yesterday, and I just was so exhausted. It was enough to pray. Hopefully it's enough, you know, I never know, to just surrender and just go, I can't pray anymore. I just surrender everything to you. But it feels like, okay, so internally, it feels like the last vestiges of my egotism. And I'm sure we always have to deal, I don't know if we always have to deal with this, but some kind of ego death happened on Patmos for me. And it's like, I know what's coming to my mind. It's like in The Matrix, you know, when that one guy decides to sell out, you know, Keanu Reeves, Neo, and Trinity, and all of them, so he can go back in the Matrix and be on top and taste his fake food that he knows is programmed, but he just said he'd rather do that and betray his friends, and they all die in real life so he can go back into a Matrix. It feels like that. It feels like even at the last moment, even after he sold them out, he could have told them, I was wrong to sell you out. And I turned from that. Let's figure out how to fight this. He could have turned back to their side. Like Boromir did in The Lord of the Rings. He ended up fighting the orcs off and telling Aragorn, you know, I failed. I tried to take the ring in that one moment, you know, but Aragorn's like, no, you didn't fail. You fought bravely, you know, but did the orcs have to come? I kind of got the feeling the other day they didn't have to come if he hadn't have gone for the ring. Warning. It's towards me. Okay, so, gosh, they smelled really good. I had to put on perfume before I go on these walks or something. So yummy. I wonder what that is. It's really nice when the fragrance of the flowers shows up too. Okay, there's a bunch of people, but then I have this long hill. It looks like by myself. Okay, let's look at the nature. Morning. There's nature this side too. I don't want to make this long. I just have that feeling. Morning. Erin! Hold on, let me push pause. Okay, that was sweet. I saw a very old friend that I used to do yoga with a long time ago. I used to live in these apartments and I love her. Anyway, look at this. It's awesome that she was on the trail today. Maybe that was supposed to, anyway, I always am like, because I had this urgency, it was like, get on the trail now. And it was like, upper trail, lower trail. I don't know if I ought to recommend this certain book, but this book was recommended to me. I'm so cautious about giving out resources because I feel over-responsible sometimes about not wanting to lead people astray. I guess if you want to know what book I'm thinking about, you can always find me on Twitter, and if you follow me, I usually follow back everyone. Then you can direct message me there. Dr. Cheryl M. DrCherylM. I don't know if I ought to say that for later. Anyway, but I was thinking about a book where everyone, like The Alchemist, you know, Coelho is his last name, where everyone meets each other for a reason, and it's all organized by like our guardian angels and divine love, and so it's a book like that. I don't know why I wouldn't recommend it, but I've recommended other things foolishly in whatever place I'm in on my path, and it doesn't mean that's the best for everybody. So I'm a little more cautious about that now. Maybe you'll just find it on your path another way. So, okay, what I was getting, what my download was getting, what I was understanding, it's like a download or a flash of insight, sort of. It's just like that. Is we have free will, we have free choices. And that was just 222 on this new video. And look at these. They're so pretty. So we have choice points, and it was just emphasized, like highlighted in my mind. This is how intuition works for me. Probably for everyone, I don't know, in different ways, but it was highlighted that we always have free will, and free will is a part of this. And we cannot forget that you can change your free will choice at any moment. We usually make choices based on programming and past behaviors and past choices and just following the wide path. Maybe that's why I got the impression not to take that side narrow path. I would have missed my friend. I would have missed her had I gone on that side path. Remember, you guys were watching the video. I wouldn't have met her. It comes down over here. It's so weird. It's so weird how God or divine love allows you guys to see. I wonder if we can still see my friend so you can see this path that I was just on. But she's just around that bend. I see her and her dogs. See, you can't go on those little paths when you have dogs. And so, whatever, that's so wild. Maybe it wasn't even important for me to be making this video, but I feel like it is. Because it's showing you at the same time that it's showing me. You know, I asked, you don't have to, but I'm like, believe me, I asked last night. I was like, I need a sign. I need something. You know what I need? I can't take this, because I surrendered all this stuff to God, and He doesn't, or divine love, the mystery that is divine love, that loves me, holds me dear, cherishes me. But in the darkness, you don't see that in the moment. And sometimes it's just like, just get through to another day, just get through to another day, just get through to another day. And so, God knows I don't have to have a sign. I always say that, like, you know what I need. I don't have to have this. But I'm asking you to do something, intervene in some way, because I can't take the pain and the disturbance that I was feeling yesterday. And I was trying my best to be in presence and detach and not to be part of it. And and I was so proud of myself for not looking at any social media that would trigger me. God knows what that is. It's so pretty this way too. Maybe that's where the path ends up. I can't remember, but I can't believe it was such a subtle feeling of like, nope, don't take this path. And I'm like, why not? That's my stubborn nature. Why not? I want to, but then I just was like, okay, I yield. And this is what I was thinking, not thinking. I was not in my mind thinking. I was just getting a flash of insight again, which is like, if you want to live in integrity, then the egotism must die, because in any way that it's still alive, that's where you can be compromised. That's the main message that was coming to me, is if I let my egotism still reign just a little bit, it wants to keep being fed. And it's like, and this was coming up a few days ago too. Morning. Okay, here comes a bike behind me too. Oh, I wonder if there's one guy that helped me. Not that I had to have help, but I was really dehydrated. It was 102, it was 102 later that day. It was 92, and I'd been used to 72, and I didn't bring enough water on this trail, and I was just laying on the ground in the shade, like just trying to remember my survival skills from, it's not that far from civilization, and there was ways I could get taken care of. I wouldn't have died. But I took survival classes, so I was remembering what they taught me. Anyway, is what was coming to me is integrity. Is you can have, here, let's look at the canyon. What's that noise? What is that? It's an animal of some kind. The ocean's right over there. That's ocean. Looks like sky right now, but so you know how they say everybody has a price, you know? And so if you live according to your egotism, then you do have a price, and then you can be bought and sold and sell out like the guy did in the Matrix, you know, forgot his name. But if you see this and you feel this shift like I was feeling, I was aware of last night, or I was more aware of it this morning, having a little distance from it, then you can let it die. Let your egotism die, so that it doesn't have control over you, and so that other people don't have control over you and can't manipulate you with that, because then your priority is not yielding to the divine love, to presence, to quiet, to stillness, to highest truth, highest integrity, highest love. It's some form of a lesser thing. Hold on. It's another person. So you leave room to sell out for a lesser thing. The way my mind, because your logical mind will try to interpret what's going on, but you just get an experience of the raw data. And so like one time I got this vision of one of those electronic ride things, you know, that people go on, kids go on. And so I was like, I wonder if my kids are at Chuck E. Cheese, you know, that's a place with a bunch of those rides. And I don't know if I want to share this story. As it turns out, because I called the person that was with my kids, they weren't. I was driving back from Northern California from a wilderness survival class, like that taught me how to get really, really quiet. So, but they were outside of a Toys R Us on one of those little ride things. You don't have to read too much into this. Just say let it be. You don't want to get caught up in all sorts of weirdness, but know that we are all connected. I don't know why I was getting that impression. But what I was going to say is I'm teaching you so you can see how your logical mind will try to make sense of the vision that you're getting, the insight, the intuition. So I just assimilated that to, I wonder if they're at Chuck E. Cheese, which is like this little kids place that has pizza. And hi, morning. So the raw data I was getting was this feeling like Alderaan blowing up, or like being betrayed with the Matrix by someone like that was on your team, you know? That's it. That was the feeling. I felt like it was like a friend or someone dear to me that I was really connected to defecting and going to the other side, you know? And it's weird because Elliot keeps coming up everywhere, and I haven't looked into why he's showing up on everyone's, like, the social media that I am looking at, that I have space to look at. But I felt like this, I mean, it's close to his death anniversary in this month. It's in October, maybe that's it. people are writing articles or something, I don't know, but I got that impression. Like, I don't know if you guys saw that video, but the night before he died, I had a horrible nightmare, and I thought, I saw my sister being brutally killed, and it was like, this is a for sure gonna happen thing. And so I called her when I woke up, and I said, I never had a dream like this. You have to be careful today. I didn't know what else to do, if I ought to have been praying. Now I get the impression that I ought to have been praying that day. And now this morning I got the impression I ought to have been praying more last night. But I don't believe time is linear, so I'm going to do my best to pray today about whatever shift was going on last night. For all of us, you know, I won't talk about politically what's going on right now, but there are big power shifts happening and people trying to wield power. And that's also going on right now. So I don't know. The verse that I always went to that comforted me was this prophet, the old times, Micah. He has shown thee, O man, what is good and what does the Lord require of thee? To do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. When we walk humbly with divine love, we're surrendering. Morning, we're surrendering to that, to something higher than our egotism. And our soul is something higher in us than our egotism. So surrendering even to that is having integrity within yourself, is not selling out for the parts of you that insist they are you and insist you have to go this way in order to, quote, win in this life. He has shown us, the great mystery has shown us what the true good is. To do what is just, truly just, not what the world says is just. Have mercy. Morning. Here, look, there's the sun. That's what I'm saying, like, when in doubt, follow the sun. The sun. The sun. I have this on my necklace, not the bird. This third thing I got, it's like my bag. In Christ is the victory. Only when we go into our soul self, in the presence, in that deeper part of us, will we have true victory. And I'm not trying to sound religious again at all. Prayer is just like yielding to be aligned with true love, you know? It's another way to say it. Instead of this lesser part of ourselves that wants to dominate and run the show and thinks it knows better, but it doesn't. Anyway, that's all. I have a class in a little bit, so I'd like to put these two videos together because I got interrupted when I saw my friend. Wow. Okay, much love.